let's talk about union and intersections. So a union, whoops, give me a second, I can get my writing pencil going. So a union is gonna look like a U, right? I mean, just without that bar on it. Okay, so my writing is a little messy, so I apologize. So this is a union. It also may see the word or. So let's do an example. Let's say that we had X is less than or equal to -2, or X is greater than 7. And you're asked to state what is the union. So the union is going to be everything involved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 number lines. I'm going to line them up. I'm going to let this first number line be where X is less than or equal to -2. And the second one where X is greater than 7. I'm going to put 0 right here. I'm going to try to make sure everything lines up. So here's 7, here's 7, and here's -2, which guys should have been done right out here. There's that. All right, so -2. Now let's shade it out. It says that X here is less than or equal to. So I know it's going to start with -2 and go out. And since it's or equal to, there is a bracket on, what's on that too. There we go. All right. Now let's do the next one. The next one said X is greater than 7. So we know it goes out and there's no equal to on it. So it's going to be a parentheses. So now when I write what this is, right, I'm going to literally read it as I see it. And it's going to be -infinity, comma, -2 bracket, unions, 7, comma, infinity. Okay, so it includes everything. There may be an equation where, what if you had that X is greater than or equal to -2, and this here, let's say, what if this was -3? So what if that? So let's do one. So let's change that out. So again, let's do the zeros. Let's go -2 and -3. The first one again would have been -2 out to infinity, -infinity, right? And then it said X is greater than that -3, so it'd been out this direction. So in this case here, when you overlap it, you see that it covers every point. So this is going to be all real numbers. Okay. Now let's talk about intersection. So when we talk about intersection, we got an upside down U. The word and is involved. This is one way of looking at it. Say that you come up to a 4-way stop. They all intersect at this one specific spot. So what if, and I'm just coming up with these off the top of my head. So what if I had X is less than, let's say -4, and X is greater than -7. So let's draw these out. So here's the X is less than -4. So I'm going to put, let me change this right quick. I'm going to put 0 right here because we're talking about the negatives, right? Let's put -4 here. And it said X is less than, so I know -4 over. And of course, you know, -4, there's no equal sign like there was right here, you see? No equal sign. So it'd just be a parenthesis when I go draw it out. All right, so let's try to keep this lined up again. So I got my 0 right here, my -4 right here, and my -7. And this here said that X is greater than -7, so we're going in this direction. Now, we're going to state what is the intersection. Remember, the intersection is what they have in common, where they intersect at. So we know -7 to -4, and notice these don't have, oh, -7 has a equal to, so it has a bracket. So we're going to write bracket -7, -4 parentheses. 4 doesn't have the, negative 4 doesn't have the equal to on it. So that is my intersection. However, what if we had x again is less than negative 4 and it said x is greater than 5. So if we have that, and guys, I'm going to erase this just to give me some space. So I hope you already wrote it down. Okay. Now, we're still on the intersection. So I'm going to draw these out. Okay, so I got the first one, x is less than negative 4. So I got my 0 and negative 4 right here. And x is less than that. And there's no equal to sign. So it's just a parenthesis on that negative 4. Now I got x is greater than 5. Let's make sure our zeros line up or negative 4 lines up. And it's a positive 5, so it's going to come over here. So let's line that up. And it said x is greater than that 5, not equal to, so it's just a parenthesis, not a bracket. So what happens here is, if you notice, they do not share anything in common. They do not share anything. There is no intersection between these two equations. So this one would literally be an empty set. Okay? Reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.